I want to do something really special before we start. A few months ago, has it been a few months ago? Just a month ago? 1 month ago. That's crazy. But let me go back several months, okay? A year or so ago, we found out about an organization that is doing ministry and missions in Liberia, Uganda, different countries in Africa. I really felt compelled, like God wanted us to be a part of this. And I love the continent of Africa, and I really wanted to go. And I was like, God, come on, God, work out the details. Let me be able to go. And then I was having a conversation with a young lady named Amy, and she just told me flat out, God told me that I'm supposed to go to Africa in 2023. That's what she told me. So as I was going, okay, God, how do we make this work? What do we do? I challenged her, and I said, Amy, are you okay to go with a team of people you've never met? And she said, yes, God told me to go in 2023. So just a month ago, Amy went to Liberia in West Africa. And if I gave Amy an entire service, she would talk about 400 miles an hour and share about every single thing. But I'm going to give her a couple of minutes, because once you hear Amy start talking, you're going to get all the information you need in just a couple of minutes. Okay, so Amy, come up here and join me if you will. Y'all welcome Amy up on the platform this morning. All right, I am on. This is yours. Are you excited?
I'm really excited.
Really excited. Come right over here. Come right over here. There you go. Now you're in the light. You're good to go. Tell me about the mission trip, about the team, quickly about everything that was going on. You got like 2 minutes. Go. Go. You ready? Go.
All right. So we had a team of 28 people. We had people from 7 different states in our country. And then we had someone from Kenya that's a missionary in Uganda. And so we were the trip was 12 days. And we did a lot of things. We went to a prison. We went to multiple orphanages. We hosted a retreat for all the missionaries in Liberia for a day and a half. I went to a wedding in Africa. We had a school. Hope 2 built a school basically like 2 doors down from the Hope Center where we stayed. And they got to see kids graduate, which is pretty much like unheard of there.
It's a good trip.
It was. It was amazing. I think what's amazing is the presence of God and how these people have nothing. They don't have power, and they're so happy. And you have so many God moments, and you're trying to process the first God moment. Then there's another God moment, and then there's another God moment, and He is everywhere. Like at one point, He was so strong. I'm like, is He gonna show up? This is crazy, and things happen. They're like, I'm so glad I had a team of 28 people I'm like, did you see that? Did that just really happen? Like, people aren't gonna believe these stories that we experience. And it was just such an undescribable trip. And I came back and I'm like, I want everybody to come with me. You guys need to feel and experience these stories where your mouth just drops and you're like, I want more. Like, I know God exists before, but when I was there, I was like geeking out. I was like, no, but He's like really, really real. Like, oh, he's here. Like, He is here. And it's so overwhelming. And I'm so glad Tony told me to do a journal. And I reread my journal last night. And there's already some things I had forgotten in conversations and things like that. It was just amazing. And then the missionaries, they're from all over the world. And to hear what they're doing, their missions are in Liberia, and how dedicated they are, and to be there. And the people, the children, they're awesome. You just fall in love.
Yeah, I told Amy went on our Mexico build in Acuna back in 2020, pre-COVID, and she went on that one. That was your first ever mission trip, right?
It was, and it changed my life.
Yeah, and I remember Amy going on that trip and her, just being emotional. There was a group of us down there and her just going, oh my gosh, I didn't know this existed. I didn't know what God could do with us. And then being able to go to Africa and, boy, just another level and another step. So I'm going to ask you to do something. I know this is going to be hard, but I'm going to ask you to share like just one outstanding story where you just saw God show up. So go for it.
Due to time constraints.
Go for
and
it.
I'll be more than happy to meet with anyone and tell you more.
There you go.
But one I thought was pretty amazing is when we went to the prison in Liberia. And the day before I had gotten really sick, But to this day, I was still kind of tired and weak. But I went into 2 different cells, and the cells are really overcrowded, smelly. But hear the inmates singing, and they had the Holy Bible, and they wanted to sing song after song, like, pick me, like, I want to sing these songs about Jesus. And then I got really hot, and so the main leader there had walked me out, and I was in the middle of the prison in the grassy area, and the team had gone to the area of where the solitary confinement was, and they started singing, Jesus loves me. So I'm sitting in the middle of this prison, and then these men are singing, Jesus loves me. Over here, these inmates are singing and praising God, and here I am in the middle in like Liberia, Africa, and I was like, who would have ever thought I would be experiencing this? Who would have ever thought that it's hot, it's overcrowded, and these inmates, the majority of the whole prison, is worshiping God in West Africa? And for me, it was just this incredible God moment, and I was actually grateful that I was able, and I had to step away, because I don't think I would have been able to experience being in the middle of the prison and feeling the presence of God and these inmates worshiping him. So that was pretty amazing for me.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Amy's available. She's here. She serves here in our church in multiple places. You need to talk to her. You need to hear every story and every situation. I'm going to ask you one more question that I didn't tell you I was going to ask, okay? All right. You ready?
Yes.
Tell me what's different now that you're back in America.
I feel like I never want to settle, like, my Christianity. I think that before, like, I love God, but I felt like I was down here, and now I've got a glimpse of what the relationship and the power of God up here. I kept on being, God, don't let me forget this. Don't let me forget these moments. And I never want to be back down here again, because if you let go of yourself, if you let go of the world, if you just let God take over, it's amazing, and it's so worth letting go of self to be part of him and his plan.
That was awesome.
It's
That was
amazing.
really awesome. Thank you. Thank you, girl. I'm proud of you. Very good. Thank you, ma'am. All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That was cool. I did not know that my final question was going to be the introduction to the message this morning. So that worked out really, really well. Hey, you really do need to hang out and talk to Amy sometime, or anybody that's been on a trip, or better yet, sign up and go on a trip. We've got one coming up next spring break where we're going to go to Juarez, Mexico, and build a house there. And of course, we always have a statement around here: don't pray about something God already told you to do. God said go do missions, so don't pray about it. Just figure out the timing and go with us, and you can be a part of it. And we'll be doing another trip to Africa as well as the details of that come together. So pretty cool stuff.